The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Do not judge me by my successes, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. One cannot be prepared for something while secretly believing it will not happen. As I have said, the first thing is to be honest with yourself. You can never have an impact on society if you have not changed yourself. I am not a saint, unless you think of a saint as a sinner who keeps on trying. Everyone can rise above their circumstances and achieve success if they are dedicated to and passionate about what they do. Live life as though nobody is watching, and express yourself as though everyone is listening. I hate race discrimination most intensely and in all its manifestations. I have fought it all during my life. I fight it now and will do so until the end of my days. We must use time creatively, and forever realize that the time is always ripe to do right. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. There is a universal respect and even admiration for those who are humble and simple by nature, and who have absolute confidence in all human beings irrespective of their social status. Man's goodness is a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. I like friends who have independent minds because they tend to make you see problems from all angles. I learned that to humiliate another person is to make him suffer an unnecessarily cruel fate. Even as a boy, I defeated my opponents without dishonoring them. It is not our diversity which divides us. It is not our ethnicity or religion or culture that divides us. Since we have achieved our freedom, there can only be one division amongst us, between those who cherish democracy and those who do not. Great peacemakers are all people of integrity, of honesty, but humility. A good head and good heart are always a formidable combination. But when you add to that a literate tongue or pen, then you have something very special. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison. Courageous people do not fear forgiving, for the sake of peace. Men have different capacities and react differently to stress. But the stronger ones raised up the weaker ones, and both became stronger in the process. The brave man is not the one who has no fears, he is the one who triumphs over his fears. There are few misfortunes in this world that you cannot turn into a personal triumph if you have the iron will and the necessary skill. Those who conduct themselves with morality, integrity and consistency need not fear the forces of inhumanity and cruelty. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's inspiring others to move beyond it. A fundamental concern for others in our individual and community lives would go a long way in making the world the better place we so passionately dream of. It is in the character of growth that we should learn from both pleasant and unpleasant experiences. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others.